Professional football players don't smoke, right? Or do they? Some football players don't just smoke cigarettes, they also smoke green plants, if you know what I mean. From minor offences that turned into massive scandals, to a player who quit his career and spent his days smoking in the Brazilian favelas, to a player who ended up in prison because of a massive plantation. Let's start with one of the most skilled German midfielders of all time. Mesut Ozil. The biggest question about him is whether he smokes regularly or if it was just a one-time thing. A few years ago, Ozil was spotted on vacation in Ibiza, casually blowing smoke into the air and passing a joint. Naturally, the media went wild. Everyone demanded an explanation. Mesut had one, but the pressure was so intense that he had to give it immediately. He said it was due to losing a bet and was just a one-time thing. He said, "I promise you, I don't smoke." Yeah, alright. I suspect he lost quite a few bets after that, but who knows? He had an incredible career, so it never became a big deal. After all, he never got caught again. The next player, however, is a different story. Mario Balotelli. He never cared about what others thought of him. Super Mario does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and one of those things was apparently smoking. Balotelli was caught smoking multiple times during his career. The media didn't spare him either, especially when he went through a dry spell at Liverpool and wasn't scoring goals. Once Mario Balotelli even got into trouble with the law. Thankfully, it wasn't because he smoked something illegal, but he was caught smoking on a train. And believe it or not, he didn't put out the cigarette. His reputation preceded him because AC Milan had made it a condition of his transfer from Liverpool that he was forbidden to drink or smoke. Imagine being a lawyer and having to draft that contract. From that point on, he was never seen smoking again. Key point, he was never seen. But as soon as he left AC Milan, he was spotted smoking regularly again. The day he got caught again made things even worse because it happened on the day of his debut for Brescia, right before a big match against Juventus. That's a huge game. What were you thinking, Mario? But once again, Super Mario does what Super Mario wants. Before moving on to the next player, let's understand why it's such a big deal for footballers to smoke weed and why it's banned in the first place. The WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency, is the organization that decides which substances are prohibited in football. Their decisions are based on three simple criteria: performance enhancement, health risks, violation of the spirit of sport. As many of you know, weed doesn't exactly make you faster or stronger. In fact, it can make you slower. So why is it banned? Well, according to a 2011 study, cannabis reduces feelings of anxiety and stress. This makes it easier for players to perform well, even in extremely high-pressure situations. Imagine the immense pressure a player feels when stepping up to the penalty spot in front of thousands or even millions of spectators, locking eyes with the goalkeeper before taking a shot. A few puffs of the good stuff and all that stress just melts away. Maybe Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa should consider a career as professional penalty takers. Some recent studies have contradicted these findings, but WADA still lists cannabis as a banned substance in sports. That hasn't stopped some players though. The next player doesn't just smoke cannabis, he even owns an entire farm. Gino Coutinho was a Dutch goalkeeper who played for several big teams in the Dutch Eredivisie. He struggled to secure a spot as a first-team regular at most clubs until he joined ADO Den Haag in 2010. However, it turned out that it wasn't just Gino's career that was on the rise. Behind the scenes, Gino was getting high as a kite. He loved the plant so much that he bought entire plantations with a variety of cannabis strains. Not one, not two, but a whopping 4,200 different types. Gino wasn't just the casual fan, he wanted to build a serious business. Well, things went smoothly until law enforcement caught on to his activities and sentenced him to 12 months in prison. After that, his career took a nosedive, but I'm sure Gino is still flying high in his own way. The next player spent years playing alongside Mario Balotelli. Could that be why? PSG was preparing for a tough match against Manchester United. However, the night before Neymar Jr.'s birthday party was in full swing. You'd think professional footballers would take it easy before such an important game and get some rest. But Marco Verratti had other plans. He smoked, drank and partied all night. Why? Because he had just subscribed to the channel Beyond 90 Min and was blown away by the videos. If you don't want to miss any videos either, hit the notification bell and join our nice community. Back to Verratti's wild night. He didn't just stay up late, he drank and smoked heavily. Yet what happened during the game shocked everyone. Instead of playing poorly, the Italian delivered an incredible performance. The best passing stats, the most ball touches, and the most fouls won for his team. Even his harshest critics were impressed and surprised that his unhealthy habits didn't seem to affect his performance. But our next player shows that not even Cristiano Ronaldo's example can stop everyone from bad habits. Fabio Coentrão.
¿Qué te pareció Concentrao?
Concentrão, ¿qué es ese jugador?
Jugador, sí.
Concentrão. Coentrão.
In the summer of 2011, Real Madrid signed Portuguese left-back Fabio Coentrão for €30 million from Benfica. In March 2012, during his own birthday party, Coentrão was spotted with a cigarette in hand, right next to Cristiano Ronaldo. His coach, Jose Mourinho, was not happy at all and suspended Fabio Coentrão for the match against Villarreal. Coentrão later addressed the public and explained, "I celebrated my birthday and it was a one-time thing. I'm disappointed with the things written about me in the press. Nobody can say anything bad about me. I'm a true professional who has always given everything for his teams. It's not right to turn something that happened at a private party into such a big deal." Still, after nearly 4 years at Real Madrid, Coentrão was loaned out to AS Monaco and Sporting Lisbon. Eventually, in 2018, he returned to his boyhood club, Rio Ave, where he ended his career that same year and has since been living a quiet life as a fisherman. Jack Wilshere didn't really need to worry about his performance on the pitch compared to other players. To be fair, he was only seen with a cigarette in hand once at that point, but the English media decided to blow it out of proportion, turning it into the talk of the town. Wilshere didn't care much though, and the reason might surprise you. It was Arsene Wenger, his coach, who told him to relax. Wenger even admitted to him, "Don't worry, I like to have a cigarette myself when I'm having a drink." Having a coach like that on your side must have been comforting in that situation. But you'd think a top athlete would get better advice. At the time, I thought the media just wanted to pick on me, but I had the coach's support. Arsene Wenger was great about it, Wilshere said later. Things got worse though when Wilshere was caught smoking again, several times in fact. Eventually, he went public and apologised for his behaviour. Wayne Rooney, the smoking and drinking striker. The next player doesn't just smoke, he also drinks, and not just a little. We're talking about Wayne Rooney. What can you say about him? He's one of the greatest English strikers of all time, with an absolutely legendary career at Manchester United. However, Rooney was often seen doing questionable things, like urinating in public. But what people talked about the most was his excessive drinking and smoking, especially the smoking. Fans and the media constantly criticised Rooney for his smoking habit, keeping the pressure on him at all times. Wayne Rooney was lucky that Sir Alex Ferguson kept playing him without hesitation. The following player quickly became a legend, but just as quickly he faded away. Adriano Lete Ribeiro, from star to mystery. Quick break. This is only our second video on this channel. We're a small team working hard to bring you top-notch content. So please drop a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. Now, back to the video. Adriano was on his way to becoming a true legend. I still remember his incredible dribbles and goals. He was everyone's favourite player in Pro Evolution Soccer or FIFA. Unfortunately, he couldn't break free from some bad habits, like the illegal use of marijuana. Hold on tight, because this is one of the craziest football stories of all time. Adriano had just left Milan to play for the Brazilian national team. But after that, he didn't return to Inter Milan. Everyone was asking, where had he gone? Adriano was eventually spotted at a party in Brazil, and it wasn't just any party. It was hosted by a local drug dealer from his hometown. Some reports even claimed that Adriano was seen with 2 guns while smoking weed and drinking heavily. Allegedly, he was crying and complaining about the downsides of fame. Money isn't everything. What a story! However, the police later stated that these claims weren't entirely true, so we can decide for ourselves what part of it seems believable. After several attempts to revive his career, Adriano officially retired from football in 2016. And what about Ronaldo? There are some players out there who wish Cristiano Ronaldo would hang up his boots. Why? Probably because of jealousy of the incredible car collection Ronaldo and other football stars have. Click on the video now to see the most incredible cars of famous football players. See you soon!